strong there, Nate.
Except I wouldn't go everywhere I went and introduce Nate Banks, Captain America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're at across the world, not the United States. I'm not going to be like douchey Captain America.
You don't have jurisdiction here.
But welcome to CNC SciFi Grill. This is episode 17, and we're going to discuss Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4, and maybe. Oh, she's looking down. I got a feeling she hasn't watched it yet. Not even. It's split up into parts. This is what gets me. It's split up into parts.
I work 3 jobs.
But it's split into parts. It's like part 1, part 2. He even put little things in there for you, saying part 1, part 2, part 3.
Oh, jobs.
Girl, when I was your age, I was a paper boy. I knew. All right. Well, I'm one of your hosts, Cliff. To my right is my brother, Big Nate. And down below, last but not least, is Christina. Coming from the sunny state of California. It's probably more sunny than Georgia right now because Georgia's
it's like 60 degrees here. I don't like it.
Well, I guess I'm doing.
Did you just
right.
say 60 degrees?
Yeah.
Anybody in the Midwest is right now looking at you like,
no, they're in like the 50s. They were in like the 80s.
No, they're not. They're in the 40s. They're in the 40s.
Well, they were in the 80s like 3 days ago. So.
Oh my God.
They're not doing so well, but we're all right here. It's sunny.
We're all right. We're all right.
We're all right.
So, I'm going to do a synopsis, and then we're going to get into the spoilers. So, high-level synopsis, we take off where we left off, where the Flag Smashers have destroyed the GRC base.
And we find
out. Bucky meets up with our buddy Ayo from the Dora Milaje from Wakanda. So and we get a nice little touching scene of what Bucky went through 6 years ago.
But they deprogrammed him.
When they deprogrammed him. That was a beautiful scene, and Sebastian Stan deserves some awards for his acting in this whole thing because he turned it on a little bit during this. So then basically they're trying to catch up with Carly. Carly's mentors died and they want to go to this funeral all the whole time. Captain America is tracking them with Battlestar, or as Eric Tillman would say, fuck Battlestar, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, because he didn't get the ultimate.
Nice.
So
I was not expecting that. I was like, oh.
They're tracking Bucky, and then they had the nerve to get mad. Like, how could you let that guy out? Who are you?
First off, he didn't let him out.
No. He got out. He escaped. He's with us.
Escaped.
Yes, he escaped.
Wait, but before you go any further with your synopsis, he was worth escaping for that code. Proceed.
So they catch up with Carly. Sam wants to go talk to her alone because he is a grief counselor and he's dealt with PTSD. So he's perfect for this. The whole time, Captain America or John Walker has zero to no patience.
He's off. Dude ain't right in the head.
For someone that is the leader or was a leader of men and women in the armed forces, he has no patience at all.
It's so weird.
He is the ultimate American, and I hate to say it like that, but he is one of those ultimate rah, I'm going in right now. I don't care what's going on, American. What's that?
I'm sorry, Bucky called it. And I said that to Christina. Bucky called it.
So Sam's trying to talk to her. Captain America doesn't even give him 10 minutes. He was supposed to give him 10 minutes. I don't even think he gave him 5.
Was getting through. But
He was.
Sorry, we'll get there.
One other thing. You're going to attend a funeral and you're a wanted fugitive. Why would you bring those vials with you to the funeral? Why would you not give them to people that aren't attending the funeral? Possibly.
Yeah.
Or take some out and give them to, split them up between the other 8 of you? Or was it
just leave them where they were until you were ready to leave where you're going?
Common sense is not that common.
So, then so they get their butts kicked by her. Well, they don't even get their butt kicked by her. She escapes thanks to John Walker. Awesome job, John. Awesome. So glad you're a leader. And some stuff happens, and John gets his hand on something that he does not need his hands on. Zemo does get hit in the head with the shield quite hard. And I'm beginning to wonder with the strength that these people throw the shield, because even before what happens to John happens, he was not throwing that shield lightly. How are people not getting their head decapitated by that thing?
Like, that's literally vibranium. Like, how are you not dead?
So then we come to one of the best scenes of the episode, where it's a 3-way standoff between John Walker, Captain America, the Avengers, who is Bucky and Sam, and Adora Milaje, who Sam is trying to tell Captain America, dude, you have no idea who you
leave them ladies alone.
Like, I don't even want to fight them. You don't want to fight them.
And John does the equivalent of touching a black woman's hair.
Hold on. Wait, that's spoiler.
Let's calm down. He equivalently told her to calm down. Never.
Again, move on with the story. We'll get deep into that in a minute. But let me tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I played it twice. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, some things happen. Did not go good for the home team or the other team. People.
No, it did not go good for the home team. No.
It did not go well for the home team.
No.
But John was looking strong. He was looking strong.
No.
He was looking strong. So,
sorry, Hammer, I'm okay. Daddy's okay, Hammer.
Okay, so they end up breaking up, and Cap and Battlestar go off to track Carly, or so they think they are, but they're really being tracked. And then Carly is talking with Sam again. Sam's trying to get through, but it doesn't work, and things end badly, and there's a loss, and then that causes someone to go over the edge, which causes another loss, and a realization that Zemo was right the whole time. Not only was Bucky right, but Zemo was right.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the end of the synopsis, and then we're gonna get into just a grand overview and breakdown of everything. But we're gonna wait a little bit, so we'll do that. So, Christina, then I wouldn't ask if you watched Godzilla vs. Kong, because obviously you haven't seen that either. So, okay.
I watched it right before we have the show. Okay, like.
All right, we're gonna start with the spoilers. So, Christina, what grabbed you about this episode?
Wait, I gotta go open my door. Go.
Okay, all right. Nate, what grabbed you about the episode?
Looking strong, John. Looking strong. I'm sorry. I wish I could share the screen, because it was very incredible to see John Walker get his whooped. And at the end, the part that made me have to pause it and rewind it, I got to watch that butt beating again, is when he said, they weren't even super soldiers.
The look of defeat on his face. Oh! The realization that, oh, wait, there's people that are better trained than me that I don't know about. It's like they didn't even prepare him for this.
She took his shield, stomped on it, and put it on her arm like, it's mine now, punk mother. Oh! It was classic.
And if Io had not told her, she was like, leave it, she would have took it with her. And he couldn't have did a dang thing about it.
No. Oh, my God. That was priceless. I was like, don't mess with the Dora Milaje. Sam tried to tell him, dude, you'd rather tussle with Bucky. You don't want to do this. Them are some bad mothers.
And I must say, throughout this whole thing, you can see his prejudice towards super soldiers, not only towards super soldiers, but jealousy of anybody that's gone through the process, because he doesn't have that.
And that's what I was about to say. You can see the jealousy and the longing on John Walker's face to say that he wanted so badly to be a super soldier. He wants so badly to have that power. He so badly is just like, oh my God. And then when he got whooped by people that weren't even super soldiers, he was just so defeated. And when she threw that spear and he was mad. Right.
Yeah, and he couldn't do anything. He was stuck. He couldn't move. And people was like, oh, they're throwing spears at him. And I'm like, no, they are very skilled. If they wanted him dead, he'd be dead.
He would have been decapitated
right through him. And my problem is she was so precise. It went through the spear. I mean, through his shield, in his arm.
Through his leather thing. Through his leather strap on his shield.
Right. And held him and the shield there. And I was just like, damn.
Wakanda forever.
For real.
And the only other thing is, okay, this is on Sam. Bucky was like, man, I'm not getting in this. And Sam's like, come on, we need to go help. Bucky's like, no. I lived with these people for 6 years. You crazy. You think I'm getting involved in this?
The Dora Milaje are not to be tussled with. But they were going to kill both Captain and
I don't think they was going to kill him. They was just going to subdue him and get Zemo.
No, they was going to kill him.
She had the chance.
I don't know how that went.
Well, they had the chance. If she wanted to kill, like I said, if she wanted to kill Cap, he would have been dead.
I'm talking about the spear.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about the whole spear through the thing that they had Battlestar contained and they had him contained. They would have got Zemo and left.
Well, remember, they went to lunge with the spear and Sam had to grab it. Battlestar was toast. Sorry. Battlestar was toast. And you know what? I could have heard Eric Tillman. If he'd have went out that way, I honestly think Eric Tillman would have stood up and applauded.
That's because Battlestar is, I don't mind the actor. And I understand he is John Walker's angel, basically his good conscience, which
was he really though?
Yes, he was. He did. No. You say you're shaking your head. Without him, there's a lot of stuff John would have done, because Bucky or Sam wouldn't have been able to talk to old girl.
He convinced him to let Sam talk. Yeah, sure. But then he was like,
but there's other stuff that he's like,
would you? Yeah, man. Yeah, I would. What?
That's got nothing to do with good conscience. That's got all to do with I want the power. That's got nothing to do.
But you saw Sam's response. Sam said no immediately.
Okay, that's Sam's, but everybody's different, right? And that's what Zemo was testing him. So I'm wondering if Zemo actually has one of the vials somewhere. I know he did destroy them all and he crushed them all. But this also goes back to something that Zemo said, where the Red Skull was created, and that's why Captain America came along. Well, the super soldiers were created, the new ones, the Flag Smashers, and now Captain America now has a super soldier serum. And she created her own enemy. Well, her own nemesis, basically. And that punched the Battlestar. My God. Bruh.
As soon as he hit that pole, I was like, yeah, he dead as hell.
That was like
she drop kicked him into the next millennium, and I was like, oh.
I was sitting there like, did she just do a sonic boom on him? Because that man left the ground.
And I was like, whoop. That sounds like some Emma Watson in Spider-Man crack. That's what that sounds like.
Yes.
And hold on, 5 minutes earlier in the show, my Elijah had said, oh, I think the new Battlestar is going to be the new Captain America. And I'm looking at him like, keep watching.
He ain't going to be no Captain America.
I didn't think he was going to make out this episode, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I said he didn't last long. Because now we're going up against super soldiers, and he gonna go in there fighting like, oh yeah, put your dukes up. Yeah, okay. So
Sam has like the wings.
Well, I mean, the whole situation was all disarming.
I hate you. I hate you. I know you're my dad, but please no dad jokes. Please. Please.
that was terrible, dog. That was so bad. That was so bad, dog. That was so bad.
But
Like I gotta get some water on that. That was so bad.
she did the 5-finger heart punch to Bucky, and his arm fell off.
He was like, so dumbfounded. He was like,
Yeah, he was so shocked.
he was so
"Where'd my arm go?"
He's like, hey, that's mine.
And then, if you didn't know, she said, "Bass, damn you, John," which is kind of like saying, "God damn it," basically is what she said to him. Bass is it's a African god of something. I can't remember.
It's the god that they worship in Wakanda.
Yep.
It's actually a real god too. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so
I didn't know what she said, and I couldn't make it out.
well, unfortunately, which is the stupidest thing. Because she said it in English. The subtitle said Wakanda.
And I was like, what?
She said, "Boss, damn you." That's
but
all
also,
she said.
all the other times she spoke Wakandan, which is also just Zulu. But anyway, they translated. So that's why I was like, why didn't they translate that?
I do love that she called him the White Wolf, except at that moment she was pissed off at him. I think she was just mad at him. Some people are saying, oh, now that he's broken that relationship. I'm like, I don't think the relationship's broken. I think it's just more of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Because he put her in that position. But this mug, I swear, John Walker, Captain America. So,
because that's gonna immediately open doors for you.
Oh, this guy's going back to jail.
Steve Rogers didn't go around introducing himself.
Nope.
Because he knew no one cared.
No. And that goes back. I think that's the whole thing missing. That, of course, Hydra's going to miss it. But all the Americans that have been trying to replicate the super soldier program have been missing. It was the doctor that chose Steve, and he chose Steve for a very specific reason. He's like, you need to be a better man before you be a better soldier. And that was his whole thing. And that's why everything worked with Steve. And none of these people are going through the stuff because they don't care to find a better man, because they don't care about a better man. They just want a better soldier.
Captain America. They want a good
soldier.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Which, yes, John Walker may be a good soldier because he's got 3 medals of honor, but we don't know what he went through, what demons he fought to get those 3 medals of honor.
He crazy.
Yes, because even Bucky was like, "Is he okay?"
I thought he was on some drugs or something before the serum hit.
Bucky called it. They were sitting in Zemo's little side crib, and he's like, "Something is wrong with Walker." He's like, "You think?" He was like, "No, he crazy, because I'm crazy.
I'm crazy. I'm crazy."
And he was like, "I know crazy."
So how much time did he give Sam to actually talk to that girl?
Probably like 5 minutes.
And what makes it so bad,
John didn't stop him then. John didn't stop him then, though. But John did say, okay, let him talk. But he didn't stop, or not John, but Battlestar didn't stop him then, but he did say, hey, let him talk. But that whole vibe about, yeah, I know those soldiers you talk to, like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say they weak because I had to talk to them because they got PTSD? Do you think that's a weakness or a defect, dude? I mean, what?
Like, you're literally a soldier, bro.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
I mean,
he's probably got PTSD, seriously.
Oh, badly. But here's the issue. What bothered me, what really irritated me out of this episode, and it was supposed to, it did its job. The thing that made, oh man, because Sam was getting through to Carly. He was breaking through walls. Okay, it wouldn't happen maybe in the first time, but eventually they could have worked it out, man. Sam was getting through, and here comes Captain Idiot.
Carly, you're under arrest.
You're under arrest. Who the hell are you?
You're also,
I swear, you're an American soldier.
You're Captain America. We're not in America.
You're an American soldier. Maybe he works for GRC, and maybe that's where he has authority. But even if he works for the global whatever council, does that give him the right to go around and arrest
Does that
anybody
give
he
him
wants?
political immunity? Like, no, that's not how that works.
It might.
Not the president.
He works for that council. He might have had authority.
Mhm.
I'm just mad you bust through and didn't get a man no more than 5 minutes. And he was actually working on something serious.
And you could see Carly was shaking when she saw him standing at the funeral because she was like, what the hell? How you find me? And Zemo, y'all do know Turkish Delight. That came up in another movie, right? And in a book. The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's how she tricked the brother.
Yeah.
That's how she tricked the brother that turned on him. What was it, Edward?
Edward.
Yeah, Edward. That's how they tricked him.
Ed something. Ed.
It was the whiny one. I'll never be as good as Peter. Shut up.
Isn't it always the whiny one?
Mm-hmm. So, and I read somewhere somebody's like, Turkish Delight is disgusting. It is not anything you strive to get. Granted, they're in a war. They're not even a war-torn country. They were basically, we got a glimpse of what Christina and you said, Nate, which was the world was so much different with all those people gone. Everybody was working together, and then all of a sudden, all these people come back and they're like, you'll be all right. They kick them out of the homes. Like you said, they kicked them out of the homes, kicked them across the borders, put the damn barbed wire back up, and basically treated people like crap again. So it's like, so what did you learn over those last 5 years? That working together can achieve stuff? And you just totally forget it?
All I hear is hollering.
Yeah, I know. What is that? So, I mean, what did they learn from the last 5 years?
Nothing, not a damn thing. But the thing that bothered me was, and like John Walker was like, what the? And I'm like, look, dude, the Zemo is brilliant. Zemo is a bad man. He knows that those refugees, aka whatever they call themselves, they weren't going to talk to the grown man, so he went straight to the kids with candy. And I was like, kid, weren't you raised? You don't talk to a man with giving you candy?
The adults was right behind him. Did y'all not see him in that scene when he first gave her candy? There was 2 adults to the side that just stood there like, I'm okay with this strange man sitting down and giving these children candy. I'm sure he's fine. Coming up singing Ba Ba Black Sheep. I'm like, Ba Ba Black Sheep? What's going on, man? Come on, let's go. I got to go.
Creep vibes, and it was so weird.
Elijah could have kicked them in the ding ding. I told Elijah, if anybody tries to give you candy, kick them in the ding ding.
And then we also see how nobody can trust the Avengers, because that's the first thing. When Sam went up there trying to talk to the guy's like, look, I know who you are. I know you got good intentions, but all your good intentions mean nothing to me. The GRC promised us teachers 6 months ago, and we haven't gotten any more teachers.
Teachers, supplies, all that, nothing.
Yeah, and like she said in the last episode, y'all have been sitting on supplies for 6 months that could have helped people.
Wow, that sounds like the government. No way.
So did the GRC just put back in power people that were blipped away? Is that what they did?
I just think that whoever was in power was just enjoying the money.
Probably true. And you didn't notice it because it wasn't a lot of people to go around or whatever.
Right. They were getting fat cat on the money. That's all. It's always somebody wanting the money. Sitting on resources for 6 months. What did you do that for? Let those people suffer like that.
They weren't even super soldiers. You can see his soul had left his body when it hit him. Like, oh my God, uh-oh. You knocked down your thing laughing so hard. So it's his whole heart, his body, it's like he had an epiphany. Like God came down. Yes, the one tear down. You know that tear that Bucky had at the beginning when she was deprogramming him? That was his right there. It was like the whole little Indian thing back in the day, Nate, in the commercial when they was throwing the trash on the
highway. Too, except he didn't suck the tear back up.
But he seems like one of those people that doesn't believe that PTSD exists, that is surely there is only black and white. There's no gray. And granted, in some instances, Carly is totally overboard. Like she's killing innocent people. And yes, that may be the language they understand, but that's not helping you either. It's not going to help you either.
And kill, as much as I'm not a fan of Battlestar, she didn't have to hit him with the hoochie hookie coo. I mean, she went on.
I think she was in the moment and was just pissed because she wanted to, because he saved Cap, and she was like, "You mother," like she said, they're a roadblock.
You super soldier, you went too far. You killed somebody. And
don't know your strength.
And the problem that I have, and to Sam's point, the problem with killing innocents is that the more you kill, the easier it gets.
Well, that's what they were scared about with, isn't that what they did in X-Men Days of Future Past, where, you know, they were like, you got to stop Mystique from killing this guy. Because if you don't, she's going to go down a road that will lead to all kinds of destruction.
Yeah, and
now she didn't kill Battlestar, who was just trying to protect his friend. But as Eric would say, F Battlestar. But I'm not going to be like that because I don't think Battlestar was that bad. But he was a worse sidekick than Falcon because he just let old boy do whatever he wanted. But
why don't black sidekick gotta die? Why would a black sidekick gotta die?
What are you talking about? It's not like it's not like you know, War Machine lost use of his legs. This is nothing like that.
Sam didn't get snapped.
No, it's not like Baron Mordo went totally evil at the end of Doctor Strange. Nothing like that. I mean, come on, no. The black sidekick always has a good chance of living through a movie. Or as some people call it, the magical Negro. What y'all?
Negro? No.
Yes. Y'all seen Legend of Bagger Vance? What was Will Smith?
Oh,
y'all seen it? What was he in the movie? He was a magical Negro. Who raised Benjamin Buttons? The magical Negro. But I digress. Let me stop before I get in trouble.
At least he still has his typical black wife.
And what is she? Oh my God. So for those that don't know, the closing scene, or those that do know, the closing scene is Cap with blood on the shield because he's killed somebody that did not kill Battlestar. Yes. Was he a terrorist? Yes. But he did not know old girl was going to go that damn far.
And he didn't do it. He didn't.
No, he was trying to stop her a number of times. He's like, "Is this really the way you want to go? This isn't the way you want to go, is it?"
Oh yeah, that's the dude that was trying to talk her out of everything.
Yes.
Right. Everybody lost their conscience this episode.
Yes, everybody lost their conscience this episode, and Bucky and Sam were sitting there the whole time like, "Shit."
Well, that's on the internet now.
What about the 300 people in the square that just put him just single-handedly be judge, jury, and executioner and kill that man?
And also,
the GRC is going to write that off. He's going to keep the shield. They're going to write it off. It's just, it was heat of the moment. He just lost his partner, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I mean, but he said,
that rhetoric sounds familiar.
I mean, he says, I didn't do it. And then the dude just starts to kill him.
Yeah, man. But this scene in particular is literally a direct contrast to the scene in Black Panther where he almost catches Claw. And they're like, yo, the world is watching. Like, you don't want to do that. And he stops. Whereas John Walker over here.
No, it also goes back to Civil War, where at the end he had the chance to do that to Tony, and he stopped, and Cap stops. That is the difference between Steve Rogers and John Walker, Captain America. Cliff Wynn, IT manager.
That's just how you introduce yourself at all times.
Yes.
So I should just say Nate Banks, general asshole?
Yes. Yes, you should. Yes. So, you know, it was an interesting episode. And I don't think
there's like trigger warnings on the rest of the episodes.
But Bucky, I don't think Bucky still doesn't get it, and maybe it's because he's from the time he's from, of why Sam gave up the shield.
Yeah, he keeps bringing it up, and it's like, bro, I already told you why. Like,
no. He told him, but didn't tell him, and Bucky's not catching on why. But we all know, at least the three of us, and I think a lot of our friends know why he gave it up. Because America, as much as it accepted a black president for as long as it did, would not accept a black mascot, which is basically what Captain America is. He's the symbol of everything that America could be, which all the more reason is why not make it a person of color.
Because America, fuck yeah.
Not Team America. No, you didn't go Team America.
But America's not ready for that. So then he know and he won't.
And Sam knows it. Sam realizes it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he would have got all kinds of pushback from the government if he kept the shield.
Oh yeah,
they would have came in and said that's that's government property.
Property.
We let you keep the wingsuit. That's enough there, son.
Give back the shield now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just concerned about the rest of the episodes because the rest of
there's only two left.
Warnings.
There's only two left.
But that just means they're like gonna be just as violent as that. And I'm like, ooh, how bad is this gonna get? Also, when is he gonna actually get the shield?
I'm thinking that the stuff we saw in the trailers is probably either at the end of 5 or the end of 6.
End of 6 is what I think.
No, I think he's going to get it back next episode. Something's going to happen, and John Walker's going to just either what he did in the comic books. He advocated the title. Yes, no, he advocated the title. He realized he could not be Captain America, and he let it go, and he put down the shield. So people talking to Christina. Shh, everybody be quiet. She probably wants to mute herself.
Don't fight me. I'm gonna head home.
Like I'm about to do.
What happened to celebrating? I have this for literally like 20 more minutes.
Wait a minute, and she'll pour the wine after.
We can hear everything you're saying.
I don't care.
No, not you. I'm talking about the other person. We are horrible. We are just horrible. This is the most unprofessional podcast ever.
Yeah, they're tuning in.
So, it's an interesting world.
Anyway,
so it's an interesting place that MCU is turning into. I don't think that's the end of the door. Malaje and Ayo being in here, they're gonna get Zemo.
Yeah,
Zemo's gonna get got.
Oh yeah, he's either gonna end up in jail or dead. So, Christina, your thoughts or anything? Because I know you haven't been able to get them out.
I mean, I was expecting some shit to go down. I was not expecting Odu to die. I was not expecting Battlestar to die. So that's wild. But also like, it's cray.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff's going on. This is all leading up to some sort of big showdown, I think, kind of. I don't know. I don't know if John Walker's gonna make it. I feel like he's gonna have like some psychotic break.
I'm sorry. Wild Knight just chimed in and said, "Fuck Battlestar." What did Battlestar do to you, sir? Every Captain America needs a magical Negro, and you keep talking and dismissing this man.
It's the hair. It's the bad
hair.
Jerry
It's the bad hair.
It's the bad Jerry curl.
Well, I mean, the man was in Saw, so I mean, you can't expect him to have good hair. He was in the last Saw movie. But finish, Christina.
It's crazy. I'm excited. I honestly think Disney Plus is like the best thing that could happen to Marvel because like they get to crank out all this cool content that they would have just put in a movie and we get it in like a more in-depth version of it. And I think it's great.
Mm-hmm. Big Nate, your thoughts?
I think that John Walker has now crossed the line. I think the square of 300 people that just all hit, including it wasn't me, I didn't do it plea before he just became judge, jury, and executioner.
And the people that he had just requested him to sign their autograph was there, the two girls.
Yeah.
They were there. They were the main ones staring at him like, oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
And so what I think is going to happen is that I think there's going to be a public outcry to take John Walker out, down, whatever.
But would anybody care? Well, let me ask this. Do the powers that be care?
And that's what I was about to say. I think but they needed a symbol of purity that the first cap was. This cap is not that symbol.
And he's now marred the shield, literally.
Right. And so I think there will be a public outcry. I think that the powers that be are not going to like this. I think that he's going to blame everybody. And I agree with Christina. He already off. Like he's already at 2 pills. I think he's going to go there for the third pill and go down the path. And I think
because he took that serum back in the day. I don't think Steve was on anything because it was the 20s and stuff. But what could he have been on possibly in this day and age?
He was twitchy.
I mean, he could be on ADHD medicine. He could be on anything that could be
something.
And you don't know how that's going to interact with that serum.
And I have no idea. And I think that it's going to have to be Bucky and the Falcon. I think Sam and Bucky are going to have to take him down.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think they're going to have to go on the run again?
With the shield.
I'm going to say this because we didn't bring it up. Sharon Carter, I think, is the power broker.
Oh, I think that's definitely possible.
I think Sharon Carter is the power broker.
I think that's totally possible.
I was thinking she was still CIA undercover.
I think she's the power broker. I really do. Because she keeps saying, oh, Sam, you need to get a handle on this situation. Just the way she's handling all this. Yeah. And just the little blurbs at the end of last week, it makes me think that those 5 years that Sam and Bucky was gone and Cap was around and she was on the run, she built herself up a nice little power base in Mandalore. And she's it. I could be wrong, though. It could be somebody else that we don't see coming.
I mean, that would be dope, though. That would be real dope.
And I got a question. If you guys remember the Sokovia Accords, should Cap really be doing what he's doing?
No. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have political immunity. He's acting literally outside of his own jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Sokovia Accords was before the blip. We don't know what they came into after the blip.
This is true. But I didn't think they went away. Not from the way they were acting.
Again, I think GRC gave him this authority to act a fool and to get his butt kicked all over the countryside.
All over the world.
Looking good there. Looking strong, John. Looking strong.
Looking strong, John. Looking strong.
Oh, Wild Knight said the cords got thrown out with the blip. How do you wait? So wait a minute. Y'all was so pissy about all the destructions the Avengers caused.
Yeah, and then they wanted the Avengers to kick Thanos' ass, and so they were like, we don't need this. That makes total sense.
No, it doesn't. Because they got mad at some situations that the Avengers didn't even have control of. You had
and then they wanted
World Council was going to nuke New York. Nuke New York without any permission from anybody.
Yeah. Welcome to the government. Yeah.
Granted, that was Hydra, but I digress.
Welcome to conspiracies. Yeah.
You could see at the beginning, you could see the pain on Bucky's face and the joy when he figured out that he was no longer under Hydra control. or deprogram. So but you could also see the pain and disappointment in Io during their fight at the end of the fight when she had to disarm him. And see, and you laughed at that one, but didn't laugh at the other one. But anyway,
that was a better dad joke. I like that one.
But I mean, and then Sam was like, "Wait, they could do that?" And he was like, "I guess so."
I didn't know.
So that means there's something in his in the connection to his cyber unit that only Wakandans know how to disable, or probably the Dora Milaje. And that might be because they were scared that as a super soldier and Hydra, although they deprogrammed the White Wolf, it's possible that he's not deprogrammed and that somebody could turn him against Wakanda. So they're like, nope, we're not going to take any chances. No.
We gave you that arm. We'll take it back.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know where we're heading. I do think we're heading, of course, we know from the previews that Sam and Bucky get the shield back, but the question is how, because John Walker is not in the right state of mind. And that is the other thing I think is missing from this. In the time that Steve was growing up, you knew who the enemy was. It was a time of war. It was the Nazis. They were doing some horrible things with eugenics and all kinds of stuff. I mean, just look at the Holocaust and stuff like that. So Steve,
it's like dude said, back then it was black and white, and now it's not.
And now it's not anymore. And John Walker doesn't understand that. He's just like a gun being pointed at something, and he thinks he knows his way around and how to deal with stuff, and he's totally clueless. Because dealing with people is not like being in the military, and Steve found that out over the years working with the Avengers, that, hey, this isn't the right way we need to go about doing things.
He's not looking good.
No.
He's looking strong.
Oh, God. And I think Io gave them more than 8 hours, didn't she? Before she popped up.
Unlike Mister, I'll give you 10 minutes, Walker.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I said this in the non-spoiler section. John Walker, Captain America, did the most you don't do to women thing. One, you don't tell them they need to calm down. Two, it was close to touching a black woman's hair, but it was more he touched her shoulder to say, you need to calm down, ma'am. And what don't we do in these times to people? You touching a stranger. I done already warned you that you don't want to mess with them.
Listen, you cannot be condescending to any human being, but you definitely can't tell a lady to calm down.
And then
especially when you've already been warned that you don't want to fight, like you don't want none of that. Mm-hmm. I'm John Walker, Captain America.
And then he was like, he was so gung-ho, ready to fight Sam. And Sam's like, dude, you the one that keep messing up, not me.
And also, I've trained with someone with super soldier serum. Like, you think you're a challenge? I literally fought Thanos and aliens. Come at me, bro.
I fought androids, aliens, and wizards. And you're none of the three.
But let's go back to the patronizing. Mm-hmm. My problem that I have with John Walker is he epitomizes
John Walker, Captain America.
With a little smile that's supposed to get his way. No, bro. No.
Yeah. The problem with John Walker,
Captain America,
is that the problem with this is that he epitomizes, and I know that maybe I'll catch a little flack for this, but you can't epitomize racism and sexism in one human being and not expect that people are going to basically tell you to F off. Like, you can't, when you touch that woman and told her to calm down, and we're going to put the spears down. So you're going to tell an elite fighting force from another country that you know best and that they're going to just disarm themselves, And then you basically pat her on the head by patting her on the shoulder.
Because you're John Walker, Captain America.
Mm-hmm. These ladies, along with Bucky and Sam, fought Thanos.
You ain't done shit.
And I'm like, why would you be patronizing? And it was also the way you talk down to them. And you know what? They kicked your butt. And they did it with style and flair.
They weren't even super soldiers.
Wait.
Right.
The lone tier.
The lone tier.
Only you can prevent a butt whooping of this magnitude.
And Hoskins was sitting there like, come on,
Wolverine.
man, we gotta go. Come on, man, we gotta go. And the disgust on Sam's face when he looked at him, he was like,
Gave him the
that was the most
sniff.
Because Bucky was just gonna sit. Bucky could have probably popped a bag of popcorn, sat down on one of the bar stools at Zemo's place, and just sat back like, this is good.
I mean, he did that with the wine. You saw he was sipping.
So I did notice that Zemo avoided a question that Sam asked him, which was, "What about Bucky?" When he was talking about the world doesn't need any super soldiers.
Yeah, he did. Now he's gone. I never know. He pulled an El Chapo.
Okay, Sam, we need to go help them, but one of us should stay here and watch Zemo.
Similarly to when they were fighting Carly, let's all just go run and forget about Zemo just because he's handcuffed. This man broke himself out of prison. You think handcuffs is gonna stop him from leaving? Dumbass.
So ridiculous. So I don't know what next week's gonna bring. I'm hoping there will be actual fallout from this, which is kind of interesting with what's going on in Minnesota right now. This was a little bit worse than what happened, but technically because this was entertainment, it's a little bit different. But it's just as bad. I mean, it's all videotape. It's all there. You can't deny the facts. You can't deny the facts. And one of our friends, Christopher Townsend, who me and Nate went to school with, he said, "This is America."
This is America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I hate to be like that, but in some instances, this is how other countries see us. When we go in and say we're going to rescue you. And that's the other thing that John Walker, Captain America, reminds me of, is all those folks that like, yeah, America's going to come in and save us and blah, 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 blah. And the other people are like, we didn't ask you.
We didn't ask for saving. Go now.
Go, shoo.
Right.
Be gone, peasant, with your non-universal health care. Go away.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Big Nate?
We didn't ask you to be here. Why are you here? Please leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just so now these last two episodes, I think there's going to be a big fallout for him killing an unarmed human being because you don't know if it's a super soldier or not. I mean, it's not like there's a big sign on the man's right shoulder. It just was a human being that this man just killed in cold blood, period. You know? And, you know, I think it's going to turn into anti-American sentiment. I think that the fallout's going to be bad. And I think that that's going to push him further than he already was over the top. And I honestly think it's going to take both Sam and Bucky to take him down. And
that's the other thing that I don't think Captain America realizes. He keeps talking stuff because he thinks he's got the serum. And even before that, he's like, well, Bucky, you got the serum flowing through. You think you tough. I'm like, dude, even
had the serum for much longer than you, bro.
And not only that, but not only has that, but how long did Bucky train as the Winter Soldier?
Right.
Like, he's literally an assassin.
So
he's 106 too. That's a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm. And this man is only military trained. He hasn't been trained to be an assassin. You're not going to be able to take on Bucky and just think you're going to take him out like that. I mean, Steve Rogers had problems taking down Bucky, and eventually just gave in and was like, "Look, just beat on me until you realize I'm your friend." So,
we'll see what happens next week.
So remember, they got video. They do. Wild Knight brings up a point. They do have Bucky on video too, but it's kind of hard, and they're going to have to alter how many videos to show that it was Bucky if they did try to do that, though. That would be some. Not saying the government can't do it, but that would be some astronomical editing.
Next level shit.
Because you got about 40 to 50 people that were videotaping the whole thing.
That was way more than 40.
Was it? I wouldn't count him for sure, and then you got first-hand accounts, and nobody's going to be like, "No, that was Bucky," and everybody's going to be like, "No, it was not."
I saw the shield. I saw the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I want to thank y'all all for joining us. Anything, Big Nate, you want to shout out? Because we know what tomorrow is.
It's Sunday. And the old school drive from 1 to 5. Big Nate. We'll be rolling from 1 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, noon to 4 Pacific, 2 to 6 Central, and 3 to 7 Eastern.
Mm-hmm. And Christina, anything you want to shout out?
No, just living life, making moves. Be in Chicago in 2 weeks. I'm excited. Yeah.
Oh, and Big Nate will be in Chicago next week. And just so everybody knows, there is no show next week because 2 of the hosts will be in other places. I cannot say where I'm going to be, but Big Nate has already said he's going to be in the Midwest. But I cannot say where I'm going to be because it's an undisclosed location. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. I don't have much to shout out. My Twitch is going. You can find me at most of the, at Dracona stuff on most things. And thank you all for joining us today. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks for the finale, the season finale. So we'll go over episode 5 and the season finale. Then I'm sure there'll be too much to absorb. But it'll be a lot. Maybe by that time, Christina will have watched part 1. Yes. I can't promise that.
Yes. No, I will. I'm gonna have a lot more free time now. So.
Oh, okay. So she'll watch part 1, which is only 20 minutes. The Snyder Cut. Yes, it's broken up into 18 parts?
I'll just watch it.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's 4 hours. That's a lot of time commitment. I don't know if you know that. And then Godzilla versus Kong is a hour and a half. But no, I don't know if we're gonna do Invincible yet. I don't know if Nate has started watching that. I said that was a little bit intense for him. But he might watch it. If he can take Captain America doing what he did, he could probably take Invincible. Although Invincible is Captain America times 20. As far as what he just did.
Yikes.
But thank y'all for joining us. We're signing off. So CNC SciFi Grill will see y'all in 2 weeks. Peace out.
And I'm going to probably see One Wild Night next Friday.
Yes.
Listen, y'all have a great one. Enjoy, everyone.